All right, here we are. We are heading out to Lawrenceville. Had plans on going to a 150 nautical mile trip, but I can't do that today. Emporia is closed, so I've already done my run-up. Run-up is done. Everything is looking good there. Just fueled up. Everything is looking good there. Don't hear any traffic on the radio right now, so we should be good to head out. I'm going to make my call, then we're going to take off runway 10, head out towards Lawrenceville, Virginia. Hampton Roads traffic 4293 Juliet, taking off runway 10, Hampton Roads traffic. Don't see anybody in a pattern. All looks clear. Now this is my first solo cross country.
Traffic,
All right, we're going in full throttle. Right rudder, right rudder, right rudder, right rudder. Looking for our 65 takeoff. Don't let her lift too soon. There's our 65 for our takeoff. We are in the air. We have no obstacles to clear. It's a beautiful day for a flight. We are hitting our 85. That's what we're pitching for, 85. That's our VY. We are at 85.
795 shot crossing 0220.
I don't know what that guy just said. We are hit our 500. We are in a climb phase. I'm gonna follow traffic pattern because we have to make that turn anyway. So I'm gonna hit this crosswind. We are at our 700, still climbing. Today we're going to 4,500. On our way to Lawrenceville. We're hitting our 1,000, cutting off that fuel pump, and we are breaking out of the traffic pattern. But we are going to head in the direction towards Lawrenceville. So we're going to go fly on course. We're only getting bumped around just slightly. Direct to KLVL, enter. There we go. We're still climbing. Not too bad out here. I will tell you, it is different being in here by yourself and not having the instructor in here with you. I am good on it though. Yeah, I'm pretty good on it. Actually, we're going to 3,500, I'm sorry. Because of the direction that we're heading in. Keep that climb going. don't want the climb to get arrested.
Center traffic says on somebody Foster taking runway 10 will be departing to the southeast road.
I always see some smoke down there out the horizon area. Not sure what that is, if that's a plant or something like that, but there's always some smoke blowing down there. But that is the direction that we're heading. I do see somebody. Almost at that altitude. Still working our way there. Clouds are coming up, but there's no factor. We should have good clearance from those clouds. All right, let's set ourselves up for our cruise now. Come back to our 2400 RPMs. Trim ourselves out. Let's get ourselves back on course.
Hampton Roads traffic, 79 Foxtrot passing through 1,000 feet, departing to the southeast.
A little bumpy right now. Get ourselves trimmed better. Here we go. Everything is still looking good. We need to be on a course heading of 282. And we are there now. Let's hold this heading right here. Starting to climb a little bit. Get rid of that death grip that I had going on there. Definitely was that. All right, and we are looking out the window so that we can see a good target. I know I'm going for there, but see that shiny thing down there in the distance. I'm gonna head for that. Don't know quite what it is, but that is on my course heading, so that's where I'm gonna head towards. A good visible marker for me to see. Now, looking at my waypoints, looking for Suffolk out here. And I see Suffolk right off my wingtip, so I know I'm headed towards the right direction. That's my first waypoint. My next waypoint should be around Franklin area. Get back on target here for my little shiny thing. We're still maintaining altitude. quite sure you can't see it in the video, but it's this little, I don't know, I guess it's a building off in a distance that I'm looking at straight down my nose. I'm pointing towards that because that is right on the track that I need to be going. While I'm here, KLVL is there.
All right, well, let me just first say thank you for tuning in to this video. Really do appreciate all the views I get, all the likes, all the comments and everything. Now, you've tuned into my first cross-country solo, and this flight was actually supposed to be my 150 nautical mile cross-country trip. So I was supposed to fly from Hampton Roads Executive Airport to Chesterfield Airport, and from Chesterfield to Emporia, and Emporia back to Hampton Roads Executive. The day of the flight, 9 o'clock that morning, we get a NOTAM on Emporia saying that they shut down, and they're shut down for 33 days. So there'll be no flights in and out of Emporia. So we had to do some other plans, and I needed my solo cross country. So Lawrenceville was another option. That's about 60 plus nautical miles away. So we flew there and I flew back. So the beginning of this video is simply me taking off, flying up to flight level, or at least my flight level for this particular flight, which was 3,500. Checking out some of my waypoints, making sure I'm on point with that, setting up the plane for cruise flight, and just enjoying the flight, just enjoying the experience of flying by yourself. No instructors, no one to tell you what to do, so it's all on you. And there's a lot of time going on in there, but it goes by fast. I mean, there's so much to do when you're inside the plane. You're constantly making sure that you're on track because the wind is always pushing you off course. So you want to make sure that you stay on course. You're trying to hold your altitude. So, you know, if you're supposed to be 3,500, you're trying to hold that 3,500 as best you can. But again, there'll be thermals out there that will push you up. There'll be some downdrafts that'll drop you down. So it's a constant battle, and I'm hand flying. There is no autopilot. It's just all me hand flying the entire flight, but I love it. You get to enjoy the views in the video just like I am, but it is an amazing thing to experience. Very scary at first, but then you relax into it, and it's just like, you know, I got this. This is what I trained for. And you just go get it done, because once you go up, you're up. You know, the deciding factor of whether or not you're going to take on that flight was on the ground. And as soon as you decided to go up, well, now you're up. You got to come back down sometime. But I'm not going to belabor this. We're going to move on and get towards the end of the footage for when I landed at Lawrenceville. Note here, my other cameras shut off on me. Some of them did shut off on me. They overheated. That's one thing about these cameras. You know, the battery life, the overheating, all the settings. My second camera, the one that faces me, well, that one, I don't know, something happened to the exposure, so the colors are all off from what they were before. But I'll get that corrected in another video. Make sure I get my settings back right. Yeah, I gotta figure something out, because this flight was actually 2 hours long, there and back. It was a total of 2 hours. But I couldn't get all the footage, one, because the batteries died, and the last thing I want to be fiddling with while I'm flying are cameras. I do have portable chargers. I just didn't feel like setting them up while flying. So I just said, you know what? It is what it is. When they die, they die.
We are crossing over Emporia, 15 nautical miles out from Emporia. Not Emporia, but Brunswick. Traffic, Lawrenceville, actually. Scratch that. 4293 Juliet, Brunswick County, doing a flyover for runway 18, Brunswick County.
Now this airport's runway is very difficult to see, and you couldn't see it until you got right up on it.
That is the best option because that was hard to see, buddy. Like I said, it's right here off of 58. So there we go, right there.
Yeah, so I originally intended to do a 45-degree turn into the downwind, but I could not see the runway at all. So my best option was to overfly the field and then come around back into the traffic pattern and then do my landing that way.
Get ourselves prepped for landing. Documents.
And this spot, you know, it's pretty intense. You know, you're trying to get everything together, trying to stay ahead of the airplane. And this is not a fast plane, but, you know, just trying to get all your ducks in a row and get yourself lined up for landing. You talk about fuel pumps, making sure that I'm still dropping in altitude to be at the altitude that I need to be for traffic pattern. Making sure that I'm checking off the checklist. I mean, there's just a lot that's going on and going through your mind while you're prepping for landing. It's a pretty stressful part of the flight.
I'll be looking.
So yeah, I'm pretty quiet at this moment, just trying to get my head wrapped around everything that I need to do so I can get this plane back down on the ground safely. And this is a small, skinny runway on a slope, so it's pretty narrow and it can be a little bit deceiving coming in.
All right, we're on our cross right now. Crosswind.
So at that point, I just hit my altitude, and you know, I'm about to turn to downwind.
Second traffic, that's 878 Tango, 4 miles to the west, transfer downwind for runway 19, Tri-County.
Williamsburg traffic, Cessna 55420, right crosswind, 13 Williamsburg.
Brunswick County, 4293 Juliet, left downwind for runway 18, Brunswick County.
Now, for those of you who don't know, downwind is parallel, as you can see in the video, to the runway. So my wingtip, from my viewpoint in the cockpit, my wing is kind of almost touching the runway, and I'm following on a parallel track to the runway. That's the downwind leg. And we're pretty much just completing a big triangle when we're in the traffic pattern.
Fuel pump on. I am a beam the numbers. We are in the white arc. We're going to come down to our 1700 RPMs. Our first notch flaps. One of my batteries is dead.
So once the runway is about 45 degrees off my wing, then I'm gonna make another turn, which is base turn, which completes another leg.
Brunswick County 4293 Juliet, base for runway 18.
Traffic 540, right base, 13 Williamsburg.
And that base leg is, you know, it's kind of adjacent to, it's at a right angle to your final, which is your final is the runway leg. So that's me going down onto the runway. One big huge rectangle is what you're flying when you fly a traffic pattern.
Brunswick County 4293 Juliet, final for runway 18, Brunswick County.
Yeah, and I was slightly low on this one, but I made it work. There is no visual
Very
indication.
low on this one. I see that right there. Got this. Line up with that runway. On down. There we go. Yes, you got this. Wasn't the worst landing. Wasn't awesome either. Woo-wee. Oh man, that was exhilarating. Very exhilarating.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like the relief that I felt touching down. It's hard to explain. You get in an airplane, you take off, and you fly 60 something nautical miles away from your home airport and land that thing yourself for the first time. It's an amazing feeling. By a driving that from where I live would probably take an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to drive that distance. And it's a 40-minute flight total. So a lot of the footage did get cut out, but man, amazing feeling.
All right, get my head together. Still recording. Not recording. Still recording. All right. Overheated. All right. Got what we got.
Yeah, so that was my first cross-country solo. Look, thanks for participating. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the views. Please like, subscribe, and share if you will. And tune in for the next one. I have 150 nautical mile. I'll try to make sure all my video cameras are on point for this next one. But you know, thanks for going along this ride with me. And until the next time, see you in the air again. Thanks much.